Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Once again, here we are live. Just before we start, man, first and foremost, gimo ka matag laban ka na fai mali fa often ki tik tau hen he mal fale ko ni mo to ko ni. For those non-Tongan speakers, greetings. We are here with Mr. FOLAU. Toko, sorry man, I've just frozen up. Once again, for those actually watching, we're actually live. So we're it's unscripted, no pre-recording, and we're here with Toko. Toko, man, how you been?
Man, been all good, Toko. How are you?
I'm not too bad. We've seen you've been really busy these days.
Yeah, man, just personal, things, trying to live life, with my fiance, just things like that.
Oh, fiance, yeah.
Yeah.
When did that happen? When did that happen?
A couple of months ago, I think.
Yeah. Oh, true. Congrats, man. Congrats. Man, let's just strip this right back, Doc. I know we had this conversation not too long ago on the phone. Just whereabouts are you from, Doc? And give us a little bit of background on your parents, and let's just go back to the roots.
Yeah. So, man, I'm from Taonga Wawa'u, Niwa Fo'ou, Makawe, Maufanga, Pangaimoto. Yeah, Ewa.
And your parents?
Yeah, I literally just said all.
Oh, true.
Yeah, my parents.
As we spoke on the phone, you're the second person I said I had this live podcast from Pangaimoto.
Oh yeah.
Must be very talented, eh?
Yeah, probably.
You also mentioned on the phone, Toko, that that you were just correct me if I'm wrong. You were raised up here in New Zealand, but then after you went back to Tonga. You got raised back in Tonga.
Oh yeah. So my mother gave birth to me in Australia, and then we came here just for a few days, and then went straight to Tonga.
Oh, yep. And how long were you in Tonga for?
I was in Tonga for pretty much like half of my childhood. Came here and finished off primary, and then just started from there, intermediate high school.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And sorry, man, your last name. Sorry.
ATUEKAHO.
ATUEKAHO.
Yeah,
Apologies, man. Tongan's my should be my first language, but it's not. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But where does that last name sort of originate from?
Niwa.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Makawe, Yavawa. So my grandpa is from Makawe.
Hangego, I know where those places. I always say he was born in Tonga,
Oh yeah.
but raised up here in New Zealand.
Oh nah, that's all good, man. I don't really know much about my last name too.
Yeah.
So I guess that's something for me to kind of learn as well.
Oh, true. And obviously this year has been we had a little conversation offline, just regarding the music and how COVID has kind of a little bit of affected you.
Yeah.
How has that been for you, and what have been some of the challenges that you're facing, you've done to, just to work through these challenges?
Oh man, it's pretty much just like just can't really you can't gig anymore. There's no live performances, because I used to get a few gigs here and there. But yeah, since COVID, there's no more live performances. I mean, it's on now, but during level 4, there was literally no live performances. I can't meet up with Fejoint to work on the next songs and stuff like that. 'Cause we can't link up for video shoots and things like that. So yeah, it literally stripped away all that opportunity and things like that.
And just Fejoint, let's just touch on Fejoint. Who's Fejoint, and who are they? I know we talked about a little bit offline about them. Just for those who are actually viewing, man, we love the songs.
Yeah.
And just recently, like my good friend here, Cedric, had he knows me really well. I don't normally listen to. I'm normally mainstream toko, but just recently, man, and with the content that you guys been pushing out, man, it's just been some amazing content. So just give us a little bit of help us paint the picture. Who is Fejoint, and how you got involved with them?
Yeah. So man, he doesn't like being pointed out as Fejoint. He prefers us, the team, as Fejoint. But his name is Willie Fejoint.
Yeah.
So Fejoint is his last name, and he's used that as the label. So we're pretty much a family, and he's done a lot of work with Lady Fats, Lomez Brown, and I got in through my fiance's uncle Lonnie. So Tio Toloto was literally my debut song with Fejoint. That's how I got into Fejoint. So they literally just called me. I went in, and then I did 2 takes of Tio Toloto. So my first version, it wasn't really satisfying, and then the second time I did it, Konecs walked in and he was like, "Oh, yo, I like this. This is it." And then Konecs was like, "Man, I didn't care who you're with, but you're with us now." So
mean.
Yeah. So and it just literally went from there, man. And then lockdown happened, and then but Willie Fejoint, so he just kept keeping me in check. He's just letting me know what they want to release, after lockdown and things like just so we can stay on track with all of that. So yeah.
Toko, just help me understand. Like, I'm not a musician. I can't. I actually can't sing to save my life. But how did you get into this music? Like, did music find you, or did you find music?
Man, honestly, to growing up, I never could sing, Togo. Like, to be honest, that's the truth. Honest, but it's, I guess for me it was just, as a kid, like obviously you don't really know what you want to do. You just want to play, do all of that stuff. But my grandparents always took me to Agohiva, and I'm sure we can all relate on that.
Yeah.
Even in primary, so when I first came to New Zealand, funny story though. Came to New Zealand, and then I got introduced to the the whole choir stuff. Then primary, where you go to town hall and sing, and I joined it just for the lols though, because I was still fresh, still form. I just want to be that funny kid. And then the choir conductor said there was this song called Ebony and Ivory, and they wanted someone to do the solo. And then I told my mates, I was like, "Oh, gee, watch this shit, I'll go up." And I went up and I literally just took the piss. And then I got a round of applause after I sang it. So ever since then, I just kind of like thought, oh, fuck, everyone likes the way I sing. So I guess for me, it was just the fact that I got a good reaction from everyone. They kind of told me, oh, I can sing, And then ever since then, like intermediate, my music teacher just pushed me and everything like that.
So do you believe that point there, that little experience you have, was pretty much the switch that went, this is my passion, this is what's going to make me be
that's God telling me that this is what he wants me to do.
Man. Just want to let you know, man, like, man, we love the content, like the songs, man. We've been jamming. Your latest song, we'll touch on that later on.
Oh yeah.
That's just gone viral. But sorry, I was just, that last, you mentioned the Si Lotto.
Siotoloto?
Yeah. Just help us paint the picture. Obviously, you just don't wake up one morning and I'm going to jam the song.
Yeah.
Help us just understand the process of you writing the song, doing that sort of stuff, and producing it, shooting it. Because it takes a lot of time, but all we see all we see is just the final product on
Yeah.
YouTube and Facebook, and
Yeah.
whoa, man, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just help us paint a picture.
Man, so luckily for me, when I went in, the lyrics was already there. The Fejoint and the team already had the lyrics. But when I got the message from Fejoint, man, like I knew straight away that I had to kind of just, you know, get my A game on, because this is Fejoint we're talking about. Like, cause man, I was fangirling Fejoint before I became in the team, you know. Excuse me. And then when I went in, I had this idea first to and I recorded it, but I think it wasn't just, you know, doing the job, and so I thought I'd just give it a break and come back the next day. And then when I came back the next day, Fejoint wanted me to do give it some Fiji type
Vibes,
of
vibes
I don't
and
know if you've heard that song where Fiji goes "Iramasaka no," yo. So that's literally where I got the whole idea from.
Oh.
And I just kind of, but with at the end part there was just more lyrics to be added on. That's where you kind of hear that little switch flow thing at the end. But yeah, it was all teamwork, to be really honest.
As growing up, like you know, you had this little music journey when you were young. As growing up, were there like kind of like some aspiring artists that you listened to when you were growing up, and just like, oh man, I love that music?
Man, I listened to everything and anything, like,
Yeah.
you know, hip hop all the way to jazz, reggae, you know. But at the end of the day, reggae is where my heart is and my soul, you know. So, but yeah, I listen, you know, obviously Lucky Dube is who I grew up with.
Yeah.
You know, UB40.
I was about to say UB40 as well.
Yeah, UB40. And but man, I look up to my dad because he's a musician himself. So that's who I really look up to.
Dad's still around?
Yeah, he's still around. He's still
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
But yeah, so you know, he was really, throughout high school, he was the manager for me, kind of thing. You know, just directing me how I should do this. You know, should I take this gig or should I leave it? You know, things like that.
That's very blessed, eh? Like you know, we had a chat offline before this going live that there are so many talented Tongans out there, not just in the music but in general. Sooner or later we're going to have a podcast here with our good friend Cedric FOLAU Atui.
Yo.
And let's give him a shout out. This guy, ladies and gent, sponsor for today's episode with Mr. FOLAU ATUEKAHO, Front Row Solutions. You know, these are a little bit of solutions for you in your building. So anyone looking for some building, proper building, and for those who actually don't know, this person here, young man, single,
Let's go.
took out the 2019 apprenticeship of the year, first Polynesian to do that. Also, ladies and gents, just want to give a big shout out to alphasups.co.nz, Tonga-based company based in Nevendale. Lau, they're going to be hooking you up with some supplements.
Oh, nice.
You're looking a bit nice and trim these days, Doko.
Hey, I'm trying it.
Our mate here said, hey, what kind of shit? And he goes, give him a 5XL or 6XL. I was like, Doko, masi. I whakalele, masi. Shit. But, yeah, once again, Doko, man, it's amazing. And like, back to this question, like we talked about, there are a lot of Tongans, and back to your dad, isn't it so good for you that your dad was so supportive and pushing you and helping you follow the passion? How was that for you?
Man, it's not until now that I realized that, man, I was blessed to know that my dad supports that, because well, for us Tongans, I know a lot of us, like a lot of kids, man, we've got the talent, like not only sing music, but, you know, dance, drama, you know, directing and everything like that. But it's because our parents still have that mentality where, you know, none of that's going to put food on the table. You know, go and be a lawyer, you know, doctor, you know, all those things. But man, like I was blessed that my dad actually told me, you know, like, son, go make use of that talent. You know, you can make a living out of it. You know, just don't give up. So that's what literally pushed me to do this. You know, but I mean, with the music thing, it's tough. You know, you'll have your days where you'll need a job just to kind of back it up. But you know, one day, the dream is to make music as my main source of income. So
that's mean, Dokoi. And like, side note, and I actually approached my wife last night, because one day when you on the podcast, was she's currently following her passion as well.
Oh, nice.
You know, which is events and decorating. But Doko, like, you know, this journey with Fejoint, and they've helped you support, and you talked about them being like a family. What is and you just pushed out this content. What's the next step in without giving away too much? I know I saw you doing a little bit of a muck around. I know that's not a muck around, Doko. what was that tune you were playing earlier on? You did something on your Insta.
That was just a little Tongan like intro just for fivers, and because I released one earlier this year, and I just saw it kind of just a lot of people was just wanting more, like they actually and they actually loved it. So that's what kind of just made me do this one, the one that I recently uploaded. But it was mainly for me to kind of practice around how to record vocals on the software. But yeah, so instead of just like literally recording something random, I just thought I would use just gather a few Tongan words that a lot of Punakes have created and just sung it.
One of the things that really fascinates me is your not just the Tongan music and how you've basically just put some modern flavor into it and what you've done. Where have you been getting the source of inspiration from?
I listen to a lot of FOLAU. I don't know if you ever heard.
Sorry, man.
So they sing Halako Papa. Have you ever heard Halako Papa, the a cappella? Okay, so I listen to them, but mainly I just use a keyboard and just muck around with the melodies, try to find a melody. But yeah, my dad's always been strict on just trying to be original. Yeah, just with your melodies. But sometimes I work faster when I just listen to someone else's melody and I use it, but not exactly. Like I just take a little bit of it and then I try just back off the melody a bit, just so that you can tell that it's their melody, but you still got your own
flavor to it. Oh man,
yeah, just that helps for me. But yeah,
let's just go back to the Si'oloto song. Who actually wrote those lyrics? Was you?
So Si'oloto, I think some old school Punake wrote it. That's from what I know. So it's definitely a cover, but the part that I sing, I think Fejoint and them wrote. They wrote it, yeah.
And I did a little bit of research. I want to save it to the end for those actually watching. Stay tuned. FOLAU is just not holding the guitar for fun. He is going to be jamming. It's not decoration. Stomach, yeah, stomach.
6 later.
He is not just holding the guitar for fun or a decoration or to hide his stomach or whatever excuse. He's going to be jamming some songs. So drop some requests down here in the live comments. We are actually not going to be playing any songs until you drop a request. But leave a comment below. But Toko, like back to this to this live podcast. Is it Loki Siliva? That's also someone else wrote it, because I had a little research through YouTube.
Yeah, that's Queen Charlotte's composed song. Like she composed it.
Give us a little bit of background with, like, mate. Honestly, I am Tongan, born in Tonga. But
so I grew up listening to a few versions of it.
There's a heap of versions and
awesome versions of it
on YouTube and Facebook. Sorry, carry on. I
just thought I'd give it a little reggae twist. Well, not me, but I kind of thought to have the idea do a little reggae twist to it. But yeah, Josh Namaulik, who also features in the song, he produced everything with one of the other boys, Peter.
How do you know Josh? And where is Josh from? Give him a shout out.
Hey, shout out to Josh Namaulik. Follow all his social media accounts: Instagram, Josh Namaulik; Facebook, Josh Namaulik. So I linked up with him because I released a little video on Instagram singing a song called Umata. And he replied to it, and he thought we'll do like a little Tongan mix. And then I suggested to do Loka Siliva.
Wow.
Yeah, but we only used I know a lot of parents are probably like getting angry at me because I only sang one verse and a chorus. Because my dad he was growling me off because he wanted me to sing all the verses, and but yeah, like, I mean, it was a mix. I mean, unless if it was just me singing the whole song, then I'll probably do the whole full song. But yeah, I mean, the reaction that we've been getting is good. So yeah,
stop being humble, man. It's not good, bro. It's pretty amazing, man. Like I was doing some work for a good mate here, Cedric, at his house, and he goes, have you listened to this song before? I said, I've listened to all the Fejoint songs. I've listened to FOLAU song. He sent me the link, man, and it's like, and my wife was like, man, why are you all of a sudden listening to all these Tongan songs? I was like, hey, I'm doing my research. But Toko, man, that's just man, yeah. And like, just once again, help us paint the picture. How long when you made up your mind to do this song to the finished product that you've released, was it last weekend, whatever?
Yeah, last weekend.
How long was the process, and like, and especially this day and age with technology? I mean, it's good, but let me just cut the question short. How was the process, and how long did it take you?
Man, to be honest, it took me one night to record all my vocals, and then I sent it via email to Josh. Oh, and by the way, Josh is all the way from California.
Oh, whereabouts in Cali?
I don't know, but he grew up in Hawaii apparently, and then he moved to Cali. I don't know where exactly in Cali, but yeah, he's out from those ways. But anyway, back to the question. So yeah, then I sent it to him, and then he sent me a demo, but we were waiting for the video to be done. And then last week Friday night, I went down to Cinematography, who is a part of Toko also. Then we recorded the video, and then I Dropboxed it to Josh Namaulig, and then literally Josh sent me the final product on Saturday morning, and then posted.
What nationality? I'm trying to figure out the flag.
He's Micronesian.
Micronesian.
Yeah, he's
Micronesian.
Yeah.
Oh man. And like, did you even like know Josh prior to this? I know you touched based on it.
Man, I'm actually a big fan of Josh. I used to listen to Josh 2017, 18, 19. Like, cause he blew a lot of his songs. We bump it hard here in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then I added him on Facebook. We messaged here and there, but it wasn't until he actually replied to one of my videos on Instagram.
Wow.
And then that's where it took off.
It's amazing, eh? It's amazing. Doc, I think we're due for a little bit of a number, man, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's all good.
Let's go.
I'll be singing Si Otoloto. Shout out to Konecs. Shout out to Switchy. Shout out to Kolomaka, who are the features on the song. And Fejoint. Shout out to Fejoint. But yeah, I'm just going to have a little jam on this one. Si Otoloto fe o faaki e tava mama o pea tupu laki ai o fani neo fiu hono sani o iawe me ahongo ko tamatangi mai te utu i he mooni i he ale tale kua kawe asi e kuloto i he kakala whakawale tau mai a ki uka hoa ai ki ha o whanga kena whi ao ki tā ne kinanga si oto o fatue lo fatai kumiha o kakala ke o fai koe o fani he ikaito e heliaki fai vatangi doani ikai osi te utu i he mooni i he ale tale kua kawe asi e kuloto i he kakala whakawale tau mai a ki uka hoa ai ki ha o whanga kena whi ao ki tā ne kinanga o whaloto kua hoko kosi o tokolo si pe koha makaka futang lewa ki he poni kumai mama moi hopo ki a ke peke wawhi no fisi e ta o wha te upelula kausia ki ta ulanga he itulu se sia ale tale oi o wha te uluwa hoku kotoa maau koe whi o wha akini kon mate he o wha tu te utu i he mooni i he ale tale ua kawe asi e kuloto i he kakala whakawale tau mai a ki uka hoa ai ki ha o whanga kena whi ao ki tā ne kinanga. Thank you.
Doko. See, man, nothing like live music. I had a chat with one of my good friends, Mike Powell, on my last week's live podcast.
Yeah.
And man, nothing beats live music, man. Doko, what's the story behind that track?
Man, honestly, all I know is it's a love song. You know, I think what do they call it? Like just a like Hanu song. Yeah, that's literally. I don't know much about the song actually. I just literally just went into the studio and did my part, and that was literally.
Oh, true. Man. Also, like I've seen you being able to go out and done a few performances just out
Yeah.
and out in the public or in churches and halls and stuff.
Yeah.
You missed it?
Big time.
Yeah.
I miss it. Yeah, honest. And I guess that's like how what you asked earlier, like the whole COVID-19. You know, like that was something that kind of was really affected by COVID, was the whole live performances and things like that.
Also, Docs, you actually just dropped a track. I think the track of yours is called You.
Yes, yeah, I did.
Tell us a little bit about that as well.
So that was my first debut single.
Oh, wow.
Was You. And I was fortunate enough that Fejoint and First Lady of Fejoint, they hosted a release party.
Yeah.
Which I never experienced before. So man, I'm really grateful for Willie and Margaret. But yeah, You is about my fiance. And I was the background of it is just I think Liki here remembers the times where we used to go out and get drunk, and that was literally that was the only thing I kind of knew was just party, and then recently I met my fiance, we got engaged, and it was just then I realized that man, there's something else in life that just apart from the drinking and going out and things like that, and that's the whole reason why I wrote the song. Was just about how she pretty much changed my life. So like now I'll drink, but that going out buzz is not there anymore. It's just going to the boys' garage and we just chill there and drink. Just save ourselves from trouble, and especially with the whole like shooting and everything that's happening right now.
And so obviously for those who actually haven't listened to this track, where can they find that and see that?
So you can find it on Spotify, YouTube, and my Instagram pretty much. We've distributed the song. So
once again, ladies and gents, when you do get a chance, do jump on the social media. Oh, a bit shio bit maaki comment, maaki like. It doesn't take much, man. It doesn't take much. I had an opportunity to sit down with Ty from I Am Hope not too long ago, one of my other live podcasters, and it goes a long way, Toko. So how do you take when you take all this feedback and when all these people commenting? How does it make you feel?
Man, honestly, well, first of all, let's start with the good feedbacks. I take it normally, I appreciate it, and I say thank you. Like for me, I've already had this talk with my dad, so for me, like it's just I just treat it as just a normal thing. It's good to know that your music is actually at a point where people love it. But the criticism and everything, I just accept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, Like I think that with anything in general, you are gonna get those who's gonna just criticize you, and those are the people, you know what I mean. And without sounding negative myself, it's just like you said, the way you just gotta move on.
Exactly.
And music is a hard thing for me. I mean, what I mean is like, man, I feel sorry for some of these DJs. You go to a wedding and stuff. At the end of the day, whatever song they're gonna play, they're not gonna satisfy the 3, 4, 500 because everyone's got different tastes. Everyone's probably not like you and I, who basically just love every genre of music. Obviously, we've got our favorites, but in general, you're not gonna satisfy. And
man, I used to DJ just a little, just for my family stuff, and man, like I only just started playing the first song, and I have all my aunties coming to me like, play this song. Can you just let me do my job? So yeah, man, all the DJs out there, man, don't worry, man, we're all on the same boat,
Toko, is there anything you don't do?
No, I only just did it just to help my parents save the money of having to pay a DJ to come and and play. So yeah, but literally because Fejoint really kind of just jump started my whole career. So obviously, no more DJing. I want to put my mind and focus towards the music life.
Hey, what's up, Chris Tangi? I think he's actually from Melbourne. I know he's
yeah.
choosing from Melbourne.
Hey, what's up, man?
Chris of Atue. Toko, I'm gonna try and get deeper into this, man. You talked so much about your parents, man. I want to get more, man. Like, man, they seem like they mean so much to you, man. To be honest, man, Toko, without me going into too much about my stuff, my mum's not around, but Toko, man, I want to know more about your parents, man, especially your dad.
Man, so my grandparents to start off with, who raised me up, and together with my auntie. Yeah, man, like family is everything to me, even parents, like. And I recently just met my dad back in 2000 and I linked up with him back in 2009. Yeah, and man, I'm actually grateful and blessed to have that bond with my dad. And I guess it's just it just feels some type of way too, only because it's a father-son type of love, and not only that, he understands like me with the whole music thing. And like, man, one thing I've learned throughout growing up is support is really important. And
100%.
and when you get support, that's when you gain the confidence to do what you want to do. And man, it's always it's my grandparents' prayers, and it's my dad's advice, or fale as we say in Tongan. That's kind of that's literally paved the path for me to be here where I am right now. And like there was a lot of things like such as the whole whakakagimui, the whole humble thing. I never knew what that was. Like someone told me to sing, I'll just get up and sing. But it wasn't until my dad told me, it was like, man, if next time when someone tells you to sing, just like, oh, it's all right, get someone better, just to kind of but and I love it. I like that type of lifestyle. So I learned a lot from my dad. But yeah, like, man, parents, family in general is everything to me, and you need it. Everyone needs it, especially because I know a lot of kids, the talent's there, but they don't get the support.
Yeah.
And some people like with singing, like a lot of people like ask me questions like, oh, so like can you sing? Like, with the whole singing thing, anyone has the ability to sing. They just need that support, in order for them to gain the confidence to do what they do. And then when you gain that confidence, the criticism doesn't matter, to be really honest.
Toko, once again, man, like behind a good man, there's a good woman, man. Your dad, your dad's wife as well. Your mum.
Sure.
How does she fit into the picture?
Oh man, so I'm actually blessed to have 2 sets of parents. So so my mom, Nancy, man, she's really helped like all my parents. My dad, Nisai, Nancy, Soa, and Anna, man, they've both played a big part in my life. Also my grandparents, Siu and Moala.
Are they still around, your grandparents?
My grandpa's passed, but my grandma's still around. She's just over there in Utah. Yeah. She turned 80 in April.
Oh, man, that's a huge feat.
Exactly, man, and that's why I try my best to go visit her, every now and then, because man, like I cherish that because, like she pretty much raised me up in Vavau. So for her to kind of be here in New Zealand with me and see me do what I do, it's like, and I just can't wait till the day I get to tell her, man, tānei aonga pēku ki hiva holo I motu, things like that, and that's what I live for, moments like that. So yeah.
Man, if we got any people from Vava'u, my wife keeps on saying, aonga mon a lot I podcast, you're just interviewing people from Vava'u. The next. Toko, when was the last time you've been back home?
2015.
Yeah.
Man, I've been dying. I think my fiance is sick of me just like, man, can we go to Tonga once the borders open? Because she wants to go to Queenstown and Gold Coast. I was like, nah, I want to go to Tonga, man. Yeah, man. Been dying to go back.
Yeah. When you're saying you're going back to Tonga, is it back to Vava'u as well? Or
nah,
so the main island?
I was meant to go to Vava'u, but just stayed in Tonga. Man, these prices, like flying from Tonga to Vava'u is just like another fare from New Zealand to Tonga.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. And Toko, do you have you still have family in Tonga?
Yeah, man, I have a lot of family.
We all do, but yeah. Shit, man. Toko, I think we're due for another song.
Oh yeah.
Is that okay, man?
Yeah. That's all good. Just let me find the. So this was I'll be singing You This was my
Oh, mean.
sorry, just let me grab the lyrics. Yeah. I've never really sung this live. I think I really sung it live once, but
And once again, man, Toko, like, if you just joined in, this is, give us a small background before you jam the song.
so this song is dedicated to my fiance. It's about my life before I met my fiance.
Toko,
So-
just give me 1 second, guys. We're gonna just pause for a quick second. It's gonna adjust one camera. Give me a second. Once again, we are live. When you're ready, Toko.
Yep. Let me say that all of this commitment and all the dedication wasn't a fan of me. Oh, when the whole world around me stole my ambition, so I was lost indeed. Blinded by the wonders of the world and all the alcohol, I forgot my priorities. Can I say that you're the living proof I need to show the whole world that a man like me, can change if you'll just give me some time. Eventually I'll speak what's on my mind, 'cause all it takes is a little bit of sacrifice. Oh, you are the one that I flaunt. My heart you will feed. You blush like an ocean in love, wild with blueness. You are my mood for everything. You I shall have for me. You are the first and the last, the one and the only. Before us, love was just a game that I always loved to play. And when I've had enough, I'm out the door. No reason at all or an explanation, just a scene and no replies at all. That all changed due to a love that doesn't fade. Every day it renews itself again. I could do it all over again, but everything I've ever wanted is right. I'm gonna tell her even if she doesn't want to be mine. I got to get it off my mind. 'Cause all it takes is a little bit of sacrifice. Oh, you are the one that I flaunt. My heart you will feed. You blush like an ocean in love, wild with blueness. You are my mood for everything. You I shall have for me. You are the first and the last, the one and the only. See, every day I keep falling and falling all over you. Ooh, the way you got me tripping, now my mind is stuck on you. Ooh, eager to see your face again so I can love on you. Be the man that you need in life, someone that you can run to. I'll always be there for you when you are near and shoulder. Never will I ever leave you hanging when you're in trauma. Always right beside you, ready to catch you if you're falling. I will do my best to support you in every way. You are the one that I flaunt. My heart you will feed. You blush like an ocean in love, wild with blueness. You are my mood for everything. You I shall have for me. You are the first and the last, the one and the only, one and only.
Man, Once again, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Mr. FOLAU
Man,
ATUEKAHO,
thank you, man.
live here, Auckland, New Zealand. For those that just joined us, we're actually live here. You can go back and just rewatch this and the full live stream podcast. We're so grateful for this talented young man who's soon to be Mali, soon,
Yeah.
Yeah. And for those that just joined us, that song was written to your fiance.
Yep.
Toko, like, how long? Let's just. I want to get in deep into this. I can see the lyrics on there, but Toko, how long did it take you to write this song?
Man, this song, it took me actually probably like at least a month or more than a month, because this was my first one, and I wanted it to be really to be meaningful. So I applied the whole heriaki thing, with a unakes board, hide the meaning behind the words, and I know love songs, when you hear love songs, oh, it's just another regular love song, but I do try my best to kind of just I'd say use expensive words to be real, just so that it just gives it, a bit of, but yeah, man, this is my most favorite piece that I've written. Yeah.
Just listening to some of the lyrics, you mentioned you're the only one, and how ironic that this is your first one, and and it means so much. Don't get me wrong, Doc, and don't take this the wrong way. Like, I know you sung a number earlier. For those who just joined us. If you missed it, you can go back and watch it. But to see you sing that with passion, I can see that it meant so much to you.
Yeah, man. Man, I put my heart and soul to this song.
Yeah.
When I went in, I already had the beat down. I went in with just a verse and a bridge and just half a chorus, and then I spent another probably like half a month trying to come up with a second verse and a little bridge.
Doko, before you even released and wrote that, did you have to get it approved by the big boss?
Who's the big boss?
You should know who the big boss is.
I don't really need.
Oh, your fiance.
Nah, she, man.
Yeah.
As long as she knows that the song is about
it's for her.
Safe.
Oh, mean, bro. Hey, I'm always gonna come back to your parents and what does your dad and think about that song?
He was really happy. He's a hard man. He's not the type of father that shows a lot of emotion, like to say, I'm proud of you, son, only because, he just wants to keep me humble, keeps me grounded. But he I know this means a lot to him, because he's always pushing me to do better than he ever did, and for him to know that I can write my own songs and produce my own music and have released like a song of my own professionally, like distributed, he's proud of that, and it's, for me, I'm happy, because for me it's like I'm continuing on this legacy that he's started, because he's a musician himself, so yeah.
Doko, sorry man, I forgot. What's your dad's name again?
His name is Nisai ATUEKAHO.
Nisai. Have you ever thought about, and I'm sure you already have thought about, have you ever thought about digging back into the archives and sort of singing some of his songs that he might have wrote back in the days and that sort of stuff?
I've asked him. I don't know if he's written songs before, but I know he can compose. So I've asked him a few times if he can write me something. But he's the type of person where he would want me to do it myself. So that I'll be happy knowing that I did it myself. Without having anyone's help. But I guess some things that fathers don't understand is that it means something. It means more to a son to be working together with his father.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I've tried asking him and stuff, but still waiting.
One day, Toko? One day.
Yeah.
One day. Toko, you mentioned something that I'm gonna actually just touch on, that when you sing these songs, it has like a meaning behind it. Is that something like before, like I don't have my phone on me, like the songs on Fejoint on Spotify. You got this list of songs, but it seems like every song has a deeper meaning to it. Is that something that you do on purpose, or you're trying to just put in so people can try and figure things out?
Sometimes it's not purposely done.
Yeah.
This song, particularly, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
You know, tried my best to, you know, to write it, but and sometimes, like sometimes it's we us as artists and composers, we need to understand that our listeners are not all musicians.
Yes.
They're not all
I've never
good.
thought of that. I've
Yeah.
never thought of that.
So sometimes the most simple it is, the more far it goes. You know, like simplicity is key. You know, and like I've posted a few things before where I've tried to make it complicated, and you know, like hardly there was not much reaction to it, and recently I've realized that, man, like sometimes we overthink it. You know, and we try and do all these
Flashy stuff.
flashy stuff, these musical stuff, yet we forget that our listeners, then most of them are non-musos.
Yeah.
You know,
Simple people.
exactly, and to them, it's as long as it's catchy, bumpy, they'll write it. You know, so yeah, that's so. I mean, we do try sometimes and try make our song more, you know, deep and stuff like that. But most of the times we just go with what is catchy and things like that.
Man. Talking about the music and a lot of the things, the music, there's one music in general that I'm going to touch on because I think it's going to cover a lot of our time, and that's the one, the Lofa Dai.
Yep.
Give us a bit of background on that music
So
and that track.
yeah, Lofa Dai Konecs has already he already recorded the song. So he already had the song, and then one night we met up at the studio again, but I went in to work on You, and he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, dog, I got something for you to jump on." And then throughout lockdown, the level 4 lockdown,
The first one.
the first one, yeah. Fejoint sent me the instrumental with Konecs' verse, and so I recorded my verse, sent it back, and then after lockdown went in again and did it properly, and then, but yeah, man, like you'll be surprised because we recently just released the song, but it was already recorded like
ages
in
ago,
March, May, around there.
This year or last year?
This year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, early this year.
Yeah.
And then Fejoint, they came up with the whole idea of the video and everything like that. Yeah, so
Man, that video, man.
yeah, man,
That video, bro.
a lot of I know a lot of us relate to it, you know, especially Tongans.
Can you just give us a? Let me just delve into this. So I've just taken some screenshots, Stocko. So you won't be able to see this, but I would be. So some comments for those actually watching. So I'm just gonna read a couple of comments, man. Like, from Super Samoan Pride. Anyone want to translate, please? This song sounds too solid. I just want to understand. Another comment by Lucy Paolo. Oh my God, the video is so sad. Says to be continued. Man, I'm gonna touch on that, man. Part 2. Love the work. Right at the bottom, sad ending feel for the guy. Solomon Turek. Even if I don't understand the melody and storyline of the song, is kind of like those songs that I play to pretend I know every line to lyrics. A couple of more comments. DJ Toko calls, bro, the ending got me. Some other comments as well. Even though there's like people who just follow, they probably don't understand the Tongan culture. Even though I don't have a clue what he's saying in this clip, I love the clip, just the culture and atmosphere I can feel. I'm just going to fast forward to a couple of the last ones. My boy Silent Fox, he's actually not my boy, but I love this one. He commented 3 months ago. He said, I would have dropped the dad though. But on a side note, I actually have a mate.
Yep.
That he's done this 3 or 4 times. I feel sorry. He's still single. Good guy, man. Good guy. I'm not gonna. He's probably watching at the moment. His name is it? Okay. Well, let's just call him Solomon. Let's just call him Solomon. But anyways, one last comment at the bottom by Tonga Therese. She says, the mistake. She allows her boyfriend into the house without the father's approval and feel for the father. For me to someone I would like to get to know. I mean, and there's more in the comment. Toko, like, help the non-Tongan cultural people or thing, because I think we do a lot. We just do this different. So before we actually get to, if it's okay with you to sing the song, but help us understand the whole Tongan cultural the courtship thing, Toko.
Okay, so it's like composers from way back then.
Yeah.
They like to refer to flowers or Tongan like type of plants. Okay, and then they refer to it as like the person that they're writing the song to. For example, lofatai is actually like a plant or flower. Like it grows around. You mainly see it in the beaches in Tonga. Okay, so it's like chorus. He oya we lofatai. So like the flower. Ko lotonia ko vai vai. Like my heart. Weak. Things like that. For example, loka siliva. The chorus says the breeze for it flows freely because her heart. She can't do anything because the whole Tongan tradition with the tora, so she has to bottle it up and lock it with a lock of silver, and that's how from my own understanding. So people that out there don't at me for this.
Yeah.
That's from my own understanding, so it's just like me using a flower, and then I'm right. So the love song is for my fiance, but I'm referring to my fiance as that flower. So that's majority of the love songs that Tongans write is like that. So it's Hiva Harnu.
My mate Solomon, he did that whole thing. He did the whole going there and the dating, and he did all that kind of stuff. My personal journey, I did the same thing as well. And my current wife, I went and did the tuki and you see the dad and do all that kind of stuff. But it's nerve wracking, man. It's for Ernie.
Did they not have a doorbell?
No.
So it was a job midnight.
But it's never. Is it something that you went through as well? Or?
Not me. I mean, because my generation's different. And I'm sure we all know, and the listeners and the viewers out there, we all know that the generations changed. We're in New Zealand.
Yeah,
I know a lot of Tongans try to keep that same, the same values and tradition, but it's just tough.
it is.
For me, man, I was fortunate enough to, to meet my fiance and her parents are easygoing.
Yeah.
And I guess at the end of the day, the parents just let it be. They just like her parents just and my parents, they just let it be. We can only do so. They can only do so much as parents to teach us to keep those tradition and values and things. But at the end of the day, we make the choices.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And you make the choices, and it's your life.
Yeah.
When you get Mali and stuff, then you kind of like left alone to kind of like do your own thing. I just want to just bring this thing up because when I was doing my research and going through all these comments, a lot of people were really sour. Toko, one thing, the dad on that video, is he a pro actor? I'm seriously, man. He acted that thing out like
Bro, like
Toko,
exactly.
man.
I don't
Seriously,
know,
who's the guy?
I don't know him. So because I only went into for the scene where I acted as the supervisor and the guy shook my hand.
Yeah.
That was it. The rest of the video, I couldn't turn up to those video shoots. But man, I was shocked too. Like even my own boys were like, when it premiered, so we all waited until it was released. All my boys and when I say my boys, these are my boys where we would go drink. It's all Crips, C-Sharp and all of that. They are the ones that are like, fuck, we didn't know he was gonna chop the flowers.
Shitty. But Toko, man, like let's just get one thing straight out. Like when I was reading the YouTube comments, people want to dart him. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys are actors.
Right. Exactly.
Wakai na osi live streaming ko ni na mo kume mashi o dai. Guys, man, like I remember. Side note, like I don't know, Shoreline Street on, but one of the doctors, they did something and they killed the nurse.
Yeah.
This is ages ago, man. And like people were really getting sour about it.
Yeah.
And what they don't understand is these guys are actors.
Exactly.
Like this man, he's an actor. Even in like there's some people that are sour about it. That's good because man, he did a phenomenal job, man.
Exactly.
Like, man,
that's how you know that. And that was the goal, I guess. That was the goal, for Fejoint, was to make the viewers actually kind of connect with it. And obviously, if this is what the people are saying, then that's how you know that we did it. Like like the job is done. Like that was the goal, is to make everyone, like, draw them in so that they feel like they're living. Because I mean, I didn't expect that flower to drop too.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't, because only because I only seen the video as it premiered. So
Must.
yeah, I was shocked too.
You know when the video premiered, did you know that guy? Let's just call him John for now.
Yeah. His name is Christopher.
Christopher.
Yeah.
Christopher. Did you know he was going to be acting that part?
Yeah. I knew he was going to be.
And I'm sure he's a nice guy, eh?
Bro,
like he's probably
a
the
cool
biggest
dude.
clown. Sorry, Christopher. He's probably the biggest clown out there. But man, like seriously,
Cracker,
man.
dude.
Gosh, man,
Yeah.
he nailed it, eh?
Did he?
He
Did you see
nailed it.
Tauvala and everything?
Yeah, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
Who the dad?
Christopher.
Christopher, the dad, eh?
No. Oh, I'm talking about the actor, the guy.
yeah,
actor.
the actor, yeah. But
Nah, I don't know.
dad, the dad.
Never knew that
Yeah,
the dad
yeah,
was going
yeah,
to be acting. Yeah.
yeah. Once again, man, let me just repeat this. These guys are actors. Like, guys, please, these are actors, man, and they did a phenomenal job. Doko, $1 million question, man. When is part 2 gonna drop? If you don't have to give me the answer, if you know, but
I can't comment on that.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine. Move on. We'll move on.
We'll
But
move on.
man, I think. Can I give my interpretation?
Yeah.
And you don't need to comment on this. I actually think watching I did a lot of research, and people were thinking, shit, must fair poto. Apologies. I actually did a little bit of research, and I was watching it multiple times, and I think the dad drops the flower and sits down and he has a talk with his son. Anyways, that's just my interpretation, because I see that the girl cry, but she also smiles as well. Look very closely. But that's just my opinion.
yeah.
And I know you can't say much, Doko, but man, I'm so pumped, man. I actually can't wait. For some reason, I actually thought it. I was talking to Licky, and Licky said, "No, that's FOLAU story." I was like, "Hey, fucking masih." No way, live stream me. I'll go tamay go FOLAU. Fish for you told him he's like a 6-7 XL, and like, this guy's like a double XL, man. My shit.
One basic XL, the other.
But man, I am so pumped, man. Like I won't touch it more, and I'm not gonna try to squeeze more orange out of the juice bin. But let me tell you one thing, man. Like when you're reading through the YouTube comments and what everyone's just waiting for the pack number 2, Toko, man. Like let's we've beat that drum a bit. Toko, you mind playing that song for us, Toko, live?
Sweet. Again, shout out to Konecs and Fejoint. But yeah. Whakapo si e tēnā whōpaia Hopo ante mo e lonto ka whea Tau meia o kute si I mawhai Ke tatau si e tawhe o whaaki Ta ahine oku ke ilo I pe E koe wakani I ai alu o he Pea I whonoa ai mate He e kumo ui ka te ngali wale O ia ue e lou whatai Kolotoni e ku vai I he hulu si e ku ofa he mea mamahi Mea koe ta ahine tangi mai Mea koe ta ahine tangi mai Whakapo si e tēnā whōpaia Hopo ate mo e loto ka vea Tau maia o kute si I mawhai Ke tatau si e tawhe o whaaki Ta ahine Oku keilo ipe he koe wakani ai alu o he Pea I whonoa ai mate He eku mo ui ka te ngali wale He oia ue e lou whatai Ko lotoni a kua vai vai I he hulu si eku o whahe me amamahi Me ango koe ta ahine tangi mai Me ango koe ta ahine tangi mai Brothers.
Man, just let me just a little bit behind on the video, Doko. I didn't time it that well. I'm just,
Nah, that's all good.
guys, just dropping the flour, and we are back. Man, thank you so much, Doko. Man, I'm just really, really excited. Don't really have anything else to cover, but man, I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Got heaps of comments, man. For those actually tuning in live, malora lei talofa lava, bulavanaka, kia orana, kia ora, and aloha. Welcome, man. We're just about to wrap it up. Please, man, like, you know, do support this Doko over here with his journey. Doko, man, what's the dream? What's the dream?
Man, my dream is to live off my music. That's it. I mean, you know, never mind about the whole performing on big stages, you know. You know, even if there is fame, you know, things like that, that doesn't really matter to me. Like my whole my goal is to just release a lot of numbers, you know, just so that I can make a living out of it. You know, just so that I don't have to find a job or anything like that, so I can support my fiance and, you know, future kids. You know, just things like that. That's literally it. You know, there's nothing more to it for me.
And for those who actually just tuned in, and you know you're chasing the dream, we're gonna touch a little bit about, you know, for those guys, for those kids out there, whether it's music or dancing, what's something that you can bobo'i them or just give them a bit of encouragement to do, and when you don't have parents, katak mole mole. I'm not trying to put down any parents or anything like that, but when you don't have people that support you in your dream, what can you say to them, Doko?
Man, this is the part I've been waiting for.
Oh wow.
Okay. Man, honestly, for anyone and everyone who's tuning in, honestly, all I'm gonna say is that God has a plan and He's got a purpose for every single one of you. Okay. This world, there's a lot of industries for every little thing, you know, whether it's cleaning, you know, whatever it is, you know. And to be really honest, if you just do it, you know, you don't. I know for me personally, I hesitate a lot, but man, like it wasn't until I actually stepped foot that's when I was like, wow, should have just done it. I don't know why I was scared. However, in saying that, fear is something that holds a lot of us back, you know, only because we're scared of disrespecting our parents, you know, disobeying them and not listening to them. And I'm not like singling out any parents or anything like that, but this is just in general, you know. But man, honestly, for me personally, just do it. Okay, don't worry about what others think, because that's what holds us back. You know, as much as you can say that, nah, you know, I don't care about that, but trust me, like, you know, mental toughness is you know, is real, like, you know. And man, like, honestly, just be real, you know, like, be real. Don't try and be someone you're not. And I guess you have to understand who you are. One of my uncles who told me this was, you won't know who you are until you know where you're from, you know.
100%.
Exactly. And I guess for me, and this is the truth, and like everything I do, like, I always think of my family, my upbringing, you know, because that's the only way I can do it, you know. Like, I can't do it just thinking about the fame, you know, thinking about those big stages, you know, because at the end of the day, I have to be faithful to God and be humble, you know, because it's the only way you can do it.
That's our DNA, they toko.
Exactly.
Is the lotu and God.
And man, honestly, like I wouldn't say I made it with my own prayers. These are my grandparents' prayers, my parents' prayers, you know. And then on top of that is my prayers. Yeah, but man, honestly, like I'm just really blessed and grateful, you know, to know. I grew up in Taonga, and literally we lived off seafood. And at the time, at that age I was in, that life was the best. You know, I literally went around the whole island with my grandpa, you know, fish, net fishing. Never knew what McDonald's was. You know, it wasn't until I came to New Zealand and then I was like, "Fuck, what's that, Big M?" Tried it. McDonald's, like, fuck, butter chicken. Tried KFC for the very first time. You know, and it got to a point where I started to be fili, you know, be picky. But I'm like, man, what am I doing? Like, that's not me, you know. And I guess that's why I appreciate everything that every people that I've met, like everyone that I've come through, like, you know, and everything that's around me. I appreciate it, and only because I know that I came from nothing. However, at the time it was something. And there's the saying where o kulakange ke te masiva ka te wheofani.
Moni lai.
A te tu maria ka te tai ofa, eh?
Yeah, te mini toko e. Apologies for those non-speaking tongues. Yeah, te mini tau take things for granted sometimes. Toko, and until we lose something, like you know, like I always tell this to my wife and my other cousins, when you lose a parent or just lose something that you cherish the most, you know what I mean? But the kids here, do you think the kids here, Toko, have it good? You know, like especially when we go back to Tonga. I think last time I was back in Tonga, Toko, was probably about 2 years ago. And let me just share this. I think it was 2 years ago, we went to my father-in-law's, we had an unveiling for my father-in-law's, and yes, seriously, yes, wawao, pangai motu, man, it was amazing. The experience was amazing. But without getting too emotional, I want to switch cameras. The best thing for me, Toko, was I had some coins in my pocket, and I gave it to the kids.
Yep.
Man, it means so much to them, Toko. But yeah, I think just being grateful for everything, guys.
Exactly.
So, but man, like our journey here with Cedric, you know, like I actually put you up on a really high pedestal. I was like, man, I'm too scared to approach this guy, and I was keep on decking this guy. Hey, text, and he when he told me to ring you, he told me to ring you, and I was like, just ring him. I was like, man, shit, this guy probably think, who's this guy want to come and do a live podcast? Toko, man, honestly, when I rang you, man, you was just like, man, honestly, yeah, man, you were like, for those who are actually watching and listening gonna be listening to this back on Spotify and stuff, Toko, you're one of the most easiest guys to get away with. Even though my Toko here told me some other stuff about you. Asita mai will get 6XL. Bro, man, you're looking trim.
I think it's just a camera, though.
Toko. That's what I told him. Like when you see him on the camera, even like on the field and rugby fields, like when you see the guys on the sports, seriously, when you see rugby players and stuff, you know, you put 10, 15 kgs, man. So yeah. But man, honestly, Toko, man, you're one of the easiest guys to hear. I'm very, very, very humbled to be here. Just to hear your story, and man, Toko, if we can inspire not just our people in general, but the other people who are watching and maybe listening in the future, to make a difference in their life. And as we touched on, there's a lot of talented, not just the Polynesian and Tonga and stuff, but just the people in general. Toko, just before we sign off, any last thank yous and mentions that you want to do?
I just want to give all glory and honor to the Most High. I just want to give a massive shout out to my fiance, Esther Hausia. Shout out to my parents, Ni, Nan, Anna and Soa, and shout out to my Nana Siu. Shout out to Fejoint, and shout out to Polyblock. And everyone else who's watching and supporting the journey. I appreciate it a lot. Off atu, and God bless.
Toko, and where can they find you, man, and your social media and stuff?
You can find me on Facebook, FOLAU Music. You can find me on Instagram, FOLAU ATUEKAHO, YouTube, FOLAU ATUEKAHO. just search out FOLAU and hopefully it shows up.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, man, like it doesn't take much, you know, like we don't have to send you money and stuff. Masih banyak dollar na whakabalik iko itangi. Kalau whakatau binat ito nung tangut mai hini. Lagi mo to waleti. But man, like for those who are actually watching, share the hell out of this, man. Like, you know, if you if you wanna, you know, it doesn't take much, you know, just a like, a share.
Goes a long way.
It goes a long way. Also, just I'll be cutting this up and be posting it up on the LOPSTREAM Facebook page, and also on the Instagram in the next couple of days. And just share some love. It doesn't take much to like. Let's just share this. I gotta say, man, like one of the other things, Doc Ray, like I messaged you not too long ago, and you said, "Oh man, like I don't have a studio." But it's not about that, Doc. I love the saying is, you know, especially us Tongans, we may be outnumbered, but we'll never be outgunned. You know what I mean? And I'm so grateful for this, Doc. We're about to sign off. If you don't mind, I have actually just I've actually got your video of Josh.
Oh yeah.
Of you and Josh looking, so I'm just gonna just play that and we will sign off.
Cheers.
Any more last words, Doc, before we sign off?
Also, shout out to Josh Namalig, all the way from California. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Once again, this is not even recorded, pre-recorded, scripted. It's just a couple of young gentlemen. I'm gonna put myself in that category. Young gentlemen that we just love what we're doing, and we're just trying to make a difference in this world. Live here from Auckland, New Zealand. Once again, malolei, tawafalava, kia ora ana, kia ora, and aloha.
Like just the balik on the microphone. Mahina si ene halani huelo hai helo totai langano aho ku atamai manatu ofakatu putangi demanded seeing you, my lovely island lady. There's no other like you. Tropically fine, yes you are my kind. Sweet Bella, one girl from the West Pacific side. They love it when you're close to me. You want to vibe with me to this sweet island rhythm.